Hey everyone, welcome to Sober Jable. I am Joshua Abel. Happy Tuesday. It's actually a rainy one out today for a change. Since I've moved here, I don't think I've seen it really rain, but it's coming down pretty good right now. No work today, which is awesome, even though I do kind of need some money, but I do start work tomorrow. Still no word from the moped people. It's getting a little frustrating now, but I guess I'll get to it when they get to it. Today, since it's raining, I'm definitely not going to go out anywhere. And since I don't have transportation, I'm working on my book. I'm working on new ideas for future videos. So stay tuned, more to come. So for the past couple of hours, I've been working on my book, typing away. And, periodically I'll take breaks and just do like little queries online and things, just looking up random stuff, finding old people on Facebook that pop up in my book, see if I can find them. But I popped in a search of, am I an alcoholic? Now, it's really easy for me to forget. I'll have stints of sobriety, think I can handle it, and then, go back to exactly where I was or usually worse. Now, never mind that my drinking career started well over a decade ago. I was in college in Hawaii and was given the nickname the Vodka King in my fraternity because everywhere we would go, I would pull a handle of vodka out of my backpack and, we would all partake. Never mind that I've had DUIs. Never mind that I've lost friendships and jobs. All those things are really, really easy to forget. But as I was looking online, I came across a checklist, a kind of a rundown of things that might identify you as an alcoholic. So I decided to take a look at it to see how many boxes I would check off. And here's what I found. Concern number one was, do you drink alone or in secrecy? Well, check. There were often times that I would come home from work and I would sit in a parking lot and drink those little airplane bottles of wine. And I'd have 4 of them, which equates to a bottle before even going home. During the last couple of years of drinking, I hardly ever went out to the bars or anything. I was always drinking at home alone in my room. So I would say that is a definite check. Number 2 is losing interest in things that once you found enjoyable. Well, that's an absolute check because the only thing I ever did other than work when I had a job was drink. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't do any theater. I didn't, hang out with anyone. I didn't go to the movies. I didn't do anything but stay in my room, drink, and watch Netflix. I'd say I can check that one off. Number 3 asks if you've ever had alcohol cravings. I don't know that I've ever had any physical cravings per se, but I definitely had the mental cravings. As soon as I'd wake up in the morning, I'd have to take a swig, and the swigs became more and more and more and more throughout the day. Throughout the years, it especially escalated to a point where I don't even know how I'm still alive. But so I'll give that a check minus. Number 4 is, do you make drinking a priority over other responsibilities? Employment, family, things like that. 100%. I would choose to drink over everything else. Instead of paying a bill, I would go out and get, a bottle of vodka or rum or a bottle of wine, whatever I could afford at the time. There were many times when, I would get fired from a job for being drunk, and I'd be like, I'll find another one. That is a definite check for me. I absolutely put alcohol over other responsibilities. I would rarely talk to my family, never talk to friends. So that's a check. So number 5 is, have you ever had alcohol withdrawal symptoms? Shaking, sweating, things like that. Yes. Yes. There were times where, I would get little tremors when the alcohol started wearing off, and I'd have to take a couple of nips just to calm my nerves. And I always wondered what that phrase "calm my nerves" came from. I'm wondering if it's from an alcoholic, because I definitely noticed that I would start shaking, I'd start getting anxiety, and sweating. I couldn't even get off the toilet without breaking a sweat. It was ridiculous. If I would walk outside and take a couple of steps, I would start sweating. I remember cleaning up the backyard with Ryan when I was living in Florida. And I would be totally drenched in sweat. And I would actually have to stop cleaning and go inside and sit down. I'd become dehydrated. I was getting dizzy. Withdrawal symptoms, absolutely. Next is mood swings and agility. Absolutely. I definitely noticed mood swings, especially when I was at work, because the only thing I could think of was getting my next drink. And I detested the job because it stood in the way of, drinking the way that I wanted to. I would get really agitated at customers and things like that, because I'm like, just hurry up and go, give me my money so I can get out of here. And I definitely recall a couple of times that I would have mood swings where, I'd be jolly and happy one instant, and then someone would say something and be like, "You son of a bitch." And it was weird. My personality's not really like that. So we'll put a check next to that one. The next one is feeling or having guilt associated with drinking. Well, to be completely honest, yes. While I enjoyed it in the moment because it allowed me not to deal with everything else, I absolutely had guilt around drinking, especially when I was going into the same places day after day after day after day and seeing the same cashier check me out for alcohol every single day. I'd leave there like I was a crack addict or something. Nothing wrong with crack. Nothing against crack addicts. I hope you get the help you deserve. But yeah, I would absolutely have guilt. And, shuttered up in a dark room while everyone else is out in the world being productive. Yeah, I felt guilt. Absolutely. Number 8, having a drink first thing in the morning. Well, we've already covered that. But I've never been a big breakfast eater, but I definitely was a big breakfast drinker. Why waste all the time and energy chewing when you can just swig down something or a couple of somethings and be on your way? Makes sense to me. Number 9 is, did I ever continue drinking despite health, financial, and family problems? Check. I drove myself into the absolute poorhouse and had to borrow money from several people just to keep up the lifestyle I was living. Health, my skin became disgusting. I gained 60 pounds. I can barely walk a mile without wheezing and sweating like a pig. I'm not sure how my kidneys and liver are. I haven't been to the doctor in years to even find out. I'm a little scared to even find out. So I would say definitely check to those. As for family, yes. Sadly, yes. Alcohol has definitely driven a wedge between me and my family. I don't talk to my parents very often. I rarely ever talk to my sisters. My favorite cousin and I, we didn't really talk before, but I was living with her, and now I'm not. I'll let you form your own ideas about that. But yes, absolutely. I would say that's a multitude of checks right there. And finally, number 10, the inability to stop or control the amount I have to drink. Yeah. As much as I don't like to admit it, that had a power over me, and there was no stopping at one. Ever. There just wasn't. And as time went on, it took more and more and more to get to my desired level of being buzzed. And at the end, I wouldn't even get drunk. I could drink a whole fifth of vodka and not get drunk. I would say that's a definite check. So, not that I really needed any confirmation, but I think I'll hold on to this list as a reminder of, who I was in the past, and a reminder of what not to do so that I can achieve the goals that I want. I shouldn't need a checklist, but that might actually be worth keeping, so that I can go down that list and recall the different instances that each one of those items held true in my life. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I am a 9.5. Not something I'm proud of, for sure, but the only way that I have ever been able to handle awkwardness is to make jokes of it. But as long as I do take it seriously this time, hopefully those jokes will help me along. What else is helping me along is actually sitting down and writing this book. I started writing it while I was in jail. I'm actually in the process of typing it out now. I'm on page 60 with over 25,000 words. I've never written that much in my life. But it's a good reminder. It's actually a great reminder, because I'm remembering stories that I hadn't thought of or thought about in years. And some of them are really embarrassing. Some of them are really hurtful and really embarrassing. But it's all going in there. It's going to be a truth, or my truth as I see it. But yeah. Anyway, if you'd like to review the checklist, I'd love to hear what you think about it. I'll post it down below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell if you subscribe, so you can get notified of when I come out with new content, which is on a pretty regular basis. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.